What's up everybody, my name's Danon and welcome to Ahnestly. Now, a lot of big YouTubers out there, I'm talking about people with 1 million plus subscribers, have been highly recommending these fake AirPods with the W1 chip, and I am here to tell you that they are wrong, that they are lying to you, and these are not worth it at any price point. So, I know a lot of you guys want to pick up the fake AirPods because the real ones are really expensive and you want to flex on your friends. But for those of you guys who want to buy these things to make it look like you have AirPods, you're going to get found out real fast. That's how bad these things are. Let me explain why. 2 things before we get started. 1, you might be thinking, Dan, you're reviewing the LKTE9s, but the YouTuber that I saw said it's the i11s that are really good. Well, here's the thing. A lot of Chinese manufacturers basically make the exact same product and then label it like 8 different ways, so it makes suckers like me think, oh, maybe there's a difference between the i11s and the LKTE9s and the X22s or whatever it is. But basically, if your version, the one that you're looking at, has the button in the front and the silver strip in the back and it's sized exactly like the AirPods and it has that W1 chip, we're all probably looking at the exact same product, so don't be fooled. And the second thing, some of you might be saying, hey, these AirPod clones cost 1/4 of the price of the real AirPods. Of course they're gonna have limitations. And I would totally understand that, except for the fact that these wireless Anchor earbuds exist. And granted, they do have some wires, they're not as, let's say, convenient as the AirPod clones, but they cost half the price and their overall polishedness is substantially better than these AirPod clones. Comparing these two, the AirPod 2 clones or AirPod clones are absolute trash. So let's start with the cons, the worst being the fact that these AirPod clones have massive audio desync or lag. So if you're watching somebody and they're saying something, what you see and what you hear are totally different. They're about like half a second or a second apart, and to me it drives me nuts. It's like watching one of those really badly dubbed into English kung fu movies from like the 90s.
Who the hell are you?
Check out that audio desync as I watch my review of the AirPods 2. Now, if you want to see my full review of the AirPods 2, go ahead and click the link here. And if you like what you see, like and subscribe, as that helps this channel a lot. And also, if you guys think that I'm checking out the wrong AirPod clones, leave that in the comment below too, because I do want a good AirPod clone pair. I was hoping this would be it to hold me over until the AirPod 3s come out. So if you think that you know of a better one, then go ahead and leave that in the comments below. Anyways, go ahead and check out my clip here.
Only going to have to pay about 50% of its price tag because you'll already have made some of your money back from selling.
I've also found that it's especially bad with music videos. The second con is that the tap function on these things are absolutely terrible, and I mean terrible. I got really excited because these things said that, hey, you can control the volume by tapping them, which is something that even the AirPods don't have. And so I got really excited, except for the fact that it either never works or does the wrong thing. In order to get the tap function to work, you have to tap a very specific area. You have to tap this section here. And again, even if you do manage to tap it, it doesn't always work or it triggers the wrong thing. Something to also keep in mind is that it doesn't have that auto sensor feature. And I didn't expect it to, but because they're always on, what that means is if you ever go pick up the buds, there's a good chance you're gonna hit that tap section. And if you do, you're gonna see all kinds of funky things happen on whatever device it's paired to. I've seen my phone resume music and more often than not, trigger Siri like a lot. The third con has to do with battery life. These things claim they get 3 hours before needing a recharge. I got about 2.5, which in 2019 feels extremely short, especially when, again, these wireless Anchor buds, they're getting me about 5 to 7 hours. Now, here's the thing. I think these are objectively ugly. This long pole that makes it look like you got an earring dangling out of your ear, I don't find that pleasing. But Apple chose this design for practical reasons, because by having a longer pole here, a stem, you could fit in a larger antenna and a bigger battery. So the question becomes, why would you want to wear something so ugly when you don't get all the practical benefits of that? Just a thought. On top of that, when you stick them back in their case, they take 1.5 hours to charge to give you 2.5 hours of playback time. That's unacceptable. That's terrible. Come on. The fourth con is that the manufacturer straight up lies to us. You can clearly see that on the box, it says wireless charging. If you look at their website, there is a picture with the case sitting on top of a wireless charging pad with the thunder sign. If that's not wireless charging, I don't know what is. I don't know what's going on there. Are you being electrocuted? Because I could see that happening. These are that bad. And the final con has to do with sound quality. Now these things don't have nearly as much bass as the AirPods, and the AirPods already didn't have that much bass, something to keep in mind. The mids are gross. The AirPods were tuned, in my opinion, to make speech sound amazing. These things don't do that as much, and the treble is about the same as on the AirPods. But here's the thing, these things were tuned to be louder than the AirPods, so at 1 bar, it's already much louder than the AirPods at like 4 bars. And because of that, once you get to 1 bar or 2 bars, it already begins to sound very harsh. Female vocals, cymbals, anything that you have is like a high treble sound, right? That begins to hurt. So yeah, not that great sound quality. It does have some redeeming qualities, but nothing I would say that is worth that $40 price tag. The first pro is that W1 chip that everybody's like losing their minds over. Oh my god, the W1 chip, they cloned it. Amazing. It's cool, guys. It is cool, but it's kind of gimmicky. Because if you think about it, all it does is allows you to connect to your device like 30 seconds faster than it would otherwise. Normally you would have to put it in pairing mode, go into the Bluetooth menu, pair it, and you're done. With these, if you open the cap here, it'll show up and say, hey, we've detected the AirPods, do you want to connect? And then you connect, and that's literally all it does. It's really cool, it's neat that you can connect 30 seconds faster, but all it does is allow you to connect 30 seconds faster. So in my opinion, little gimmicky, cool nonetheless. And then the second pro, which I think is a good pro because it's a functional one, and it's the Bluetooth range. So I was in the kitchen cutting up some ingredients, making some dinner, and I ran to the basement to see, hey, would I still maintain connection that far away? And yeah, it never dropped, which is really impressive for anything without wires. At $40, are the AirPod clones with the W1 chip worth it? No, they're not, and I don't get why all these big YouTubers are going so crazy over them. Am I the crazy one? Am I the weird one? Let me know in the comments below. If you have one that you like, let me know. I read all the comments. I'll definitely check them out if I see that a recurring theme there. I don't want to waste another 40 bucks, to be honest. Also, if you guys are thinking, hey, you've convinced me, I don't want to get the clones, maybe I'll get a refurbished pair of the AirPods 1 or the AirPods 2, make sure you check out my video here about a cautionary tale for picking up the AirPods 2 refurbished or used. If you like what you saw today, guys, like and subscribe, and until next time, stay honest. And also, don't buy these.